Good morning, 5 and 6, and welcome to this week's first spelling lesson. So I'm just going to share my screen, and again, I hope this works. Aha, there we go. So Monday, spelling lesson 1. Before we look at something new, let's just rewind to what we looked at last week. So our spelling pattern was suffixes, and the first rule that we looked at was if we had two consonants at the end of the root word, we just added the suffix. Now, can you remember what a consonant was? I hope you can. So if you'd like to tell the screen, I will listen. So hopefully you've said something along the lines of it's all the other letters of the alphabet that aren't vowels. And I know we've looked at vowels in your handwriting, and we had our fingers for our vowels, A, E, I, O, and U. So that was our first rule. We looked at our second rule, that if there was only one consonant at the end of the root word, we needed to double that consonant before we added the suffix. So just like this word hopped, hop, hopped, we've got one consonant, the P. It's only got one because the O is a vowel. So we need to double the P before we added the suffix. Another rule for suffixes is if there is an E, you just take it off before you add the suffix. Similarly with the Y, you take it off, but this time you change it to an I before you add the suffix. And of course, there are always exceptions to these rules. That's just how it is in spellings. So they were last week's spelling pattern. This week's spelling pattern, we're going to investigate the letter string F-E-R, fur. So what's similar about these words? Reference, referee, prefer, refer, suffer. Hopefully you can see, and I've just told you, that we're going to be looking, or what's happened with my mouse, oh, there it is, that they all have the letters, they all have a pattern of letters F-E-R, and this is called a letter string. Now, you might not have heard of that before, you may have heard of that before. So what does that mean? Well, I've got two choices here. Let's see which one you think it is. I've got A and I've got B. So, is a letter string two or more words that sound the same but have the same meaning and spelling? Or is a letter string a sequence of letters that appear in several words? A or B? What do you think? I hope, fingers crossed, that you've said it is B. B it is. A letter string is a sequence of letters that appear in several words. A is what, though? Do you know what this is explaining? It's the meaning for homophone. So hopefully you've got that as well. So I've got these words here. Refer, prefer, differ, suffer. These words are all root words because they have the F-E-R, the fur, at the end of the word, in which case I can then add a suffix or a prefix. But I want you now to listen to how I'm saying the words, because that will help you with your spelling. So what can you hear when I say these words in blue? Refer, prefer. What can you hear? Refer, prefer. I can hear the fur part of those words. Let's listen to these ones, see if it sounds any different, because it's still got the letter string F-E-R in it. Do they sound different or the same? Differ, suffer, referee. Are they the same or different? Listen to them again. Refer, prefer, differ, suffer, referee. Hopefully you could hear that they were both different, and I'll go through that a little bit later on to explain why they're different and how that will help you with your spellings. But I wonder what will happen when we add a suffix. So we looked at this slide last week, just to refresh our memories of what a suffix is. It's a group of letters that can be added onto the end of a root word to slightly change its meaning. So we looked at ing and ed last week, but are there any others? Are there any other suffixes that you know? Yes, I can hear some of you talking to the television. That's okay. So let me move this box out of the way, and I might have a few more here. Oh, the ed and the ing we've already talked about. Ence you might have said, and hopefully you would have said shun. Now that's only one of the shun sounds that you looked at a couple of weeks ago. We know there are quite a few of those, and we know how to spell those. Generally with suffixes, these are the rules that we use. Sometimes, oops, I've just moved my little circle. Sometimes we just add the suffix, depending on what letters are there, we just add the suffix. If there's a short vowel sound, remember those vowels, A, E, I, O, U. In the past, we have doubled the consonant. We did that last week. We also looked at if there was an E, we took it off, and then we added the suffix. And with the Y, we changed that to an I, and then we added the suffix. So they're quite general rules for suffixes. So let's have a little look at today's words. So I'm going to say these words again, because hopefully you'll be able to hear the fer sound, the F-E-R letter string. So I've got refer, which turns into referring, referred, referral. I've got prefer, preferred, preferring. And my last example, I've got transfer, which turns into transferring, transferred. And you can see that the R has been doubled. And that's because I can hear the F-E-R, the fer, refer, referring, referred, referral, prefer, transfer. So if I can hear that fer, F-E-R, I know I need to double the R. So I've got 4 sentences here that I'd like you to have a little go at in your book to fill in the missing words. So the first 3 are from 1, 2, 3. And the 4th one is again one of these words. So you can put today's date, Monday the 25th of January, title, spellings, and if you copy out each of these sentences, adding in the word that's missing. Let's do this first one together. So number 1 is from this section of words. So which of those is going to go into my sentence? I, my friend, to the correct page in the book. Which one of these fits in my gap? I referred my friend to the correct page in the book. So that's the first one done together. Number 2 is from this section of words, the second section. Number 3 is taken from the third section of words. And number 4, see which one you think fits best. So pause the video, make sure you've got a nice clean page, or you can just rule off from where you've got to before, your date, your title, and copy out those sentences with those ones that are missing. Hopefully you've done that, given you a little bit of time. So let's just go through those. We did the first one together. I referred my friend to the correct page in the book. Number 2, which chocolate bar did you prefer? Number 3, Miss Hersey will be transferring your marks onto her sheet. And number 4, I prefer the savoury snacks on the table. So hopefully you've got those right with the correct spelling in your book. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So this is where the R is not doubled because the fur sounds different. So have a listen to how I say these words. Reference, referee, preference. Now I can hear, and I'm trying to say it, I can hear the F sound or the F. Reference, referee, preference. That sounds different to the prefer, refer. So these ones, I can hear that F sound, reference, referee, preference. So with this little activity, I'd like you to use your spelling words that you've got down the side here and write them out in 2 different colours. So use one colour for your vowels. Oh, wrong way round. A, E, I, O, U. And another colour for your consonants. I've used red and blue, but it doesn't matter what colours you use. So pause the video. You can have a little look at your spellings, and it's just practicing our vowels and consonants and getting you used to spelling those words. So pause the video so that you can do that activity. Okay, so hopefully you've done that nice and neatly on your page. And this, we've got some extra bonus if you wanted to have a go. And I know some of you did last week, so well done for that. So we've done the first 10 of our spelling list for 5 and 6. We're going to have a little look at the next 10 this week. So again, you can choose 1, 2 activities from the sheet, pause the video each time so that it's on the page so that you can have a little look. So our first word is available. Average. Awkward. Bargain. And the last one is bruise. So if you wanted to have a little go at those extra words, that's great. Otherwise, I shall see you on Wednesday. Bye for now.